man's Bitcoin rockets through $45,000 as the ETF excitement continues to ramp up. But are we walking in headfirst towards a huge pump and dump post the ETF excitement? I'm going to break this down and a lot more. It's a critical moment here in the structure of the Bitcoin chart. I'm going to break down exactly what does this mean? What am I doing in the market? Why are altcoins stalling right now? There's the big shift going on, which you have to be aware of to start off this year. I'm going to break it down, guys. Smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. If you want to trade with us, check out the links to Bybit and BitGet, the two exchanges I use. Link is in the description. But also join our Telegram community completely free. IjazCrypto.com/TG. I want to see as many of you in there as possible sharing insights. Now, this out here on Bitcoin, nice, big, strong move here on New Year's Day, taking this straight through 43,000, straight through the 44,000 and pumping its way through the 45k resistance level. It ran as high as just shy of 46,000 before now cooling down to get a bit of a retest. And the question now is going to be, is Bitcoin ready for the next leg up? Is this excitement going to continue? But before I get into that, we have to cover off a very, very important topic. I'm getting this question the most right now in our Telegram community. Is the ETF excitement already priced in, right? Is it priced in, or are we going to see a bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news event? I'm going to break down the tweet I just shared. This has had over 2,000 of you read this. If you're not following me at Ijaz1, you are missing out on my extra thoughts and insights. Take a look at this. A lot of people are asking my opinion on the Bitcoin ETF and whether it is already priced into the market. There is a huge chance that given the Bitcoin ETF speculation, it's been going on for a while, once finally approved, we could see a sell-off, okay? This could be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. This is very normal and not something to be caught off guard by. But the key here is to not underestimate the long-term impact an ETF approval will have and the flows of money we see it bringing into Bitcoin. So very quickly, guys, let's summarize. What am I saying here? I'm saying, guys, when you've had something in the market that has been so obvious, right, that every single person who's talking about crypto knows about a Bitcoin spot ETF and pretty much is expecting it to get approved, there is very little upside, right? There's very little upside in the speculation market. Hold up. Are you tired of worrying about the security of your cryptocurrency transactions? In this crazy world that is crypto, protecting and preserving our digital assets is everything. And for that reason, I partner with NordVPN, the best VPN service for crypto traders. With NordVPN, you can be sure that your online transactions are completely secure and your identity is hidden from prying eyes. Their military-grade encryption technology makes sure that no one can access your data, even on public Wi-Fi networks, so you can trade with complete peace of mind anywhere, anytime. Guys, seriously, don't risk your hard-earned crypto and NFTs for the price of a coffee each month. They've also offered a free month and up to 60% off their plans. Oh, and they've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Guys, seriously, it's a small price to play for a rapid, safe VPN. Definitely check it out. Link is in the description. Ijaz.uk/NordVPN. And let's get back into... But longer term, I do not think the Bitcoin ETF is fully priced in. In fact, I think markets are actually undervaluing the effect this ETF could have. It's a huge, huge phenomenon, and I think it could lead to huge amounts of inflow into crypto, but over a medium to longer term. So it's very feasible here in the short term that if you get caught buying on pumps, buying away from the mean, which is buying away from trend lines, buying on days like this, it's a very big chance that when the ETF finally gets approved, but by the way, Gary Gensler might play games, right? He may delay it, he may play games, there's no guarantees just going to come immediately. There's a very big chance you could get off guard with a short-term dump, and that short-term dump can get a lot of you speculators wrecked, because what you may be tempted to do is sell. When this dumps down here towards 36 and you were buying up here at 46, it's a huge retracement on your portfolio. You're going to feel horrible. Whereas those who have been DCAing in over time, who don't FOMO, who buy in from trend and do all the things we talk about here on this channel, they're not going to get shaken out, right? I'm not going to get shaken out on any of my entries if Bitcoin dumps. bounce, I'm just going to take it as an opportunity to buy more if we revert to the mean. And what do I mean by that? Well, if I bring out the weekly EMA ribbon, you can see that we are very extended. So you can make an argument that an ETF could get delayed and Bitcoin takes a big whack here to the downside. You can make an argument that the ETF finally gets announced and Bitcoin, after maybe a couple of hours excitement, starts selling off over the next couple of days or week or two, right? And maybe we revert towards our mean, in which case I would be prepared to buy some more. Whereas if you're buying all the way up here and we start falling down towards this region, you're going to panic sell. You're going to give your crypto to BlackRock, Fidelity, Wisdom Tree, ARK Investment, and the rest of it. And they're going to love you for doing so, right? And so it's very important that we understand there is an element of buy the rumor, sell the news. You've got to understand that there's traders in the market, there's arbiters in the market, right? People who want to take arbitrage in the market. And there's also people who just want to speculate, right? Very short-term trades. And when they see the news finally approved, they're going to just sell out, take their profits, and move away from the market. So do not be surprised to see dumps when this happens. Longer term, I think this sets us up for a powerful move to the upside. I think this could easily just be the start of our bull cycle. But if you look at what's going on right now, Bitcoin's at a very critical level. Assuming we can close the weekly candle where we're at, and of course we still got the full week left, right? 5 days of this weekly candle, we're closing at a very important level above resistance. But why are we not surprised by what's happened? What have I been barking on about for many, many months now? When Bitcoin fell from 48,000, it fell all the way down here to the downside with very little support on the way down. Look at this, fell, had a cluster of support here. And no wonder when we start recovering, where do we struggle? Exactly where this cluster was, right? But we filled this gap quickly because we dumped quickly. So we fill this quickly, we struggle, we break through, and now we fill that gap so quickly, exactly how I was saying, because we dumped so quickly, there was very little support, which means on the way back up, there's very little resistance. That being said, 48,000 does mark itself as a serious resistance level, right? I can draw a line here across from this point where we started to dumping, and that will prove as an important resistance level here for Bitcoin. But what are you waiting for? That's the question I need to ask, because you're sitting here watching Bitcoin. If you've been in the market for a while, you've at least probably, if you've jumped into the market around September time, you saw Bitcoin as low as 24,900. And yet you sat there doing nothing. Right? You're going to claim that crypto is a scam. You're going to claim that, you never get lucky, but you just sit there and you procrastinate and you do not take action. If you want to take action, if you want to learn about crypto, how to trade crypto and various other things, ijazcrypto.com/TG, join our free community, chat with like-minded people, see the alpha that I post in there as well, and definitely take advantage of it, because this market is moving and I've been screaming it down this lens for a long time and people are not heeding this notice. Now, does that mean you chase green candles? No. Very extended, right? You want to wait for bad days, you want to wait for bad weeks, and you'll be buying in from positions of strength. Now, there's something very interesting I want to share with you, because as soon as you go, you can see here above my head, look at all these altcoins. All in the red here today. Ethereum not outperforming Bitcoin. XRP down 1%. You can see Phantom down 3% after a big strong day yesterday. Matic down 4%. Cardano down 2%. All coins are bleeding here today. And it's a Bitcoin-led move. Now, why? Why would it be a Bitcoin-led move? Why is it that Bitcoin dominance is going up? Well, if you take a look here at Bitcoin dominance, what do you see happening? Right? You see it bouncing from its weekly EMA ribbon. No coincidence. After 3 weeks of downside following the doji candle, it's now bouncing powerfully from its weekly EMA ribbon. And you have to give the benefit of the doubt to the move here on Bitcoin dominance. Because Bitcoin dominance consolidated, it bounced, it consolidated, it bounced, it consolidated, it bounced, it's consolidating again. I have no reason to believe that altcoins are going to now suddenly go and have an altcoin season. Not just yet. Like I've always said, Bitcoin needs to set the pace. And if you look at historical cycles, I've shared this chart with you guys umpteen times. In the last cycle, Bitcoin ran up to peaks of around 73% dominance. And yet on this cycle, we've not achieved anything higher than, let me just read this out to you, 55%. So you can make the argument that maybe we will never see 73% dominance again because the market's much mature, etc. But I've always held out this belief that even when we were stalling around 48%, I drew this diagram and said, guys, I expect we're going to break out from here. I expect dominance to go on another leg. I at least expect it to go up towards 59%. And there's an argument that it can start working its way towards that 70% mark. Maybe we won't exactly get there, but I still see some more strength in dominance to be had. Now, what else do you notice when dominance tends to go up? Dominance tends to go up when the dollar index has a positive moment. And what are we seeing here on the dollar index? You can see here on the weekly chart that the dollar index have opened up the week, and of course there's still a while left. It's a shorter week this week, so this candle closes on Friday in 3 days time, but it's trying to bounce. It created a doji candle last week. It's bouncing from the 200 exponential moving average here, and what it's trying to do is revert back to mean. It just wants to gather some strength just to come into this region. Now it's still in a downward trend, granted, but during this leg here, during this reset leg, we could see some pain for altcoins, and we could see dominance continue to bounce as well. So dominance could be doing this. We could see the dollar index revert back to its mean before hopefully we push it down further down to the downside. Okay, so you need to be very wary of the fact that that the dollar index is trying to revert back to its mean, and you can see that exactly here on the daily chart. All it's doing is it's moving towards its daily EMA ribbon, and the question is, how deep into its daily EMA ribbon will it want to go? Last time it did this, it moved into its EMA ribbon and got rejected quite quickly. Now we want to hope to do the same. Let it get into here, maybe 102.7, and then we want to send it back to the downside. Right? So either way, you do not want to get caught out on these legs. On these legs, that's when Bitcoin dominance tends to do better and altcoins get wrecked. But equally, these are the moments that I'd want to be buying altcoins, right? When there's blood in the markets, when they're resetting back at trend, that's when I want to be buying. So guys, to summarize, do not get caught out by a Bitcoin ETF pump and dump. You are too experienced, you're too knowledgeable, you've done too much research to fall for this. Do not let BlackRock and these guys take your money. The inevitability of the spot ETF is going to come, whether it comes in January, whether it comes later down the line. Do not fall for their games, do not fall for their delaying, do not fall for all their antics. And even once it's approved, maybe you get a pump and you get some excitement for a couple of hours and maybe a dump for the rest of the week. But it doesn't matter. Long term is what we need to focus on. Long term, we've got a Bitcoin spot ETF. Institutions are able to get into crypto. More and more money will flow into crypto, and all of these are the catalysts to drive market cap and inspire our next bull run, along with the interest rate cuts and along with, of course, the programmed, the unmutable blockchain halving. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.